Hello everyone, Grandmadam again at Grandmadam's Tarot. This video I was choosing very carefully what to say, how to say, what needs to be said. This is about Wendy Williams, who has recently left rehab and who was seen reportedly by Page Six from another podcaster who was hanging out with her um, doing a pub crawl. That pub crawl is when you go from one bar to another, that kind of thing. Only two this time, though. And so I know when you're an alcoholic and you're a drug addict and you have all other kind of addictions, it is a lifelong process. And I'm perfectly aware that as soon as some folks get out of rehab, the first place they go is to go get the drugs, go get the liquor, go get the whatever their addiction is. I know this, even though that is also a dangerous time because it can also kill them. Um, that's thus my concern for Wendy Williams. And so I threw a spread down with the Higher Self Oracle. Now, this is a very, very special deck by Deanna Marie Riddick, illustrated by Deborah Rodriguez Capacetti. And this deck works, it's like it gives messages directly to you. And of course, it can give messages to others. But each card, it's like a direct message. It's not just about the energy that's around you. This card is like telling you, hey, look, this is it. You don't need anything else. Know this. And so let me get started on this reading for Wendy Williams. First card up is happiness. Doesn't that look something like her? Happiness. She wants to be happy so desperately, but Wendy sees her happiness from others. Happiness to her comes from the outside as opposed to, like we already know, from the inside. Okay. And in doing that, you know, her first step is to go within, take the first step. Rehab is also the first step. And I'm sure they teach this in rehab. I'm sure they do. But another issue Wendy has is how she sees herself. This is vision. How she sees herself. And it's in the position of the challenge. And going further with this reading, you would be surprised. She does not see herself as the winner she truly is. She does not even see herself as the success she truly is as we go along. Okay, let me adjust this. I'm sick and tired of looking like a chin here. One moment. There. Balance me out. Okay. Moving right along. In the past, there has been rehab, help on the way. Okay. However, she had issues with trusting the process. Okay. She does not trust the process, and she wasn't listening. She wasn't listening. I'll go through this process until my time is up, and then when I get out of here, I'm hitting the streets again. Okay. Sound familiar? She has to work on her internal strength. Now keep in mind this card. This internal strength usually comes from faith, but if you don't have the faith in yourself to move or to be what you need to be, what's the point? So we have some internal strength, we have some lack of confidence going on. Okay? And unfortunately, that's the gist of the whole problem. And you'll see as we move on. Right now, she's very angry. And anger comes from where? Anger comes from not getting what you want. Anger comes from being told that you're less than. Anger comes from believing that you're less than. Then you see others with what you have or what you wanted. So all of that comes into play with this. And hope we haven't gotten there yet. Okay. Okay. The light is there for her to take, so she knows what she's supposed to do. She knows this intellectually. But that's clouded thinking. All right? She is afraid of change. And at the bottom of the deck, here's the fear card. She's afraid of being a new person. So because she's afraid of being a new person, allegedly, I'm not a therapist, she goes back to her old ways. I just know what it feels like to be afraid to move forward, to be afraid to be differently than the way you've been before. I know what that feels like, so I picked right up on this. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a human being who is afraid of change. Nowadays, I just get a little anxiety, but I move forward, okay? But Wendy is afraid desperately of change. Who will she be now? That's who she's afraid of. Afraid of that and lacking the vision of her new self. Okay. What does the card say? Ground yourself in nature. Study nature. Once you sit back, when you get the time, if you could just, who has the time to sit in the garden? But if you could sit in the garden, safely sit in the park somewhere, go to the zoo just for a couple of hours to see how nature moves, how nature unfolds. Watch those National Geographic things and how nature literally destroys what's weak and what can't serve and leaves open the space for something new. Understanding nature is very important at this time. If you understand nature, you understand where you are within nature right now. That would be very helpful. Might scare her to death, though, but same token, she's not the victim she thinks she is. And here we have success, strength, and look what's here. This is the whole thing. Her entire reading. She doesn't even believe she deserves the success that she's gotten. She's got an issue with feeling worthy. She's got an issue with self-confidence and self-esteem. She's got an issue with her own success. And her answer to all that, I'll just go with the flow. The flow of what? Alcohol? No. Well, that's one flow. Her emotional challenge is the courage to be her new self. And the outcome, confusion. Confusion. And the confusion is caused by the inner doubting of the self, the worthiness, I'm unworthy of this success, but I have it, and the inner vision. So we're talking about strength, courage, and worthiness here. The cards suggest from the bottom the forgiveness prayer, forgive those who you have hurt, forgive those who have hurt you. Clear your energy, get out the toxins of the mind, body, and the spirit. And look at this, y'all. Go within. Go within. Dream again. Dream again. Manifest again. Pray for assistance, help, blessings, direction. Pause when you need to. Look at the prayer. You see the hands? Now they're mudras. Believe it or not, when you close your hands in prayer like that, that's called a mudra. I don't care what your religion is, it's a mudra. And what it does, it seals the energy that's circulating within you. This right here is another hand. This is the hand. This is the Hamas, hand of protection, of which she needs to find herself within, wrap herself around that energy bubble that she needs. So what this is saying is get yourself into some spiritual center yourself spiritually. If you do it with prayer, do it with prayer, and be persistent with it. Prayers and dreams, prayers and dreams. Be patient with yourself. And be grateful. Pray the prayer of gratitude, even to be in rehab, even to have the addiction. This is so deep, and balance will be restored in your life. Because the whole thing with any addict is that their balance has been thrown completely off. And you can't always restore balance with an intellect. And you definitely can't restore it with spirits of alcohol or any other kind of, unless you're doing some ayahuasca or maybe some psilocybin. Other than that, it's gonna. If you're already off balance, you're going further. So, for Wendy Williams, right about now, she's going through something. She's getting ready to go through something again. She's going to go through something again, and basically, what Wendy needs is to accept herself as is and move on from there. This is Grand Madam wishing Wendy and all of us much love. Before I go, let's do one of these numbers. Let's breathe in. Let's send Wendy some love. Because that's another problem there. We love you, Wendy. We love you. 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 Did you hear what she said? Who's this? And we just kept saying, we love you. We love you. Good. Now she knows somebody loves her. She can't even see us, but she's still loved. This is Grand Madam wishing you much love too. Mwah.